I've got an awful lot of mail today, so we'll get right to it. This first package came from a domestic seller, and the return address is Best Price Electronics, and on eBay he goes as BP Electronics. This should have some fans in it that costs $3 a piece. These are 50 millimeter square fans, 24 volt, and they're 10 millimeters thick. They do say they're 24 volt. What's that? 80 milliamps. And they have a little connector. We've had these before. These are 45 by 50 by 18 millimeter heat sinks. These are sold, well, for many reasons, but one of the reasons for these heat sinks is for the Chinese power supplies. I don't remember whether I got this from Banggood or eBay, but the recommendation is that the pass transistor be mounted on a heat sink, and this heat sink fits the pattern and the two securing holes on the Chinese power supply. These, I think, were $4.40 a piece. This package is also from an eBay seller. It's a package of knobs. At least I think it's a package of knobs. It cost $6.99, the selling price plus shipping, and it was sold by somebody I've done business with before. That's his eBay name. Now, I wanted these knobs. I'm doing a power supply project, and I wanted to replace these knobs with color-coded knobs that match the faceplate. Now, I ordered some backup knobs from a seller, I believe, in Great Britain, which I think would be more suitable. They aren't here yet. And to complete the power supply video, I need a 24 volt fan and some knobs. So these knobs, and there's two of each color. Here's a knob with a gray body and a yellow marking. Here's the same knob with a black body and a yellow marking. And we have them in red, orange, green, and blue. I wouldn't have bought them except that the power supply kit has 6 millimeter splined controls on it. I hope my next video will be the completion of the power supply and maybe these knobs. Next thing I have is a huge package. It was also purchased from Banggood. For what it's worth, that's the shipper. And I've been searching for enclosures. So when I decided to build the power supply that I bought from Banggood, they recommended an enclosure. The enclosure recommended by Banggood was this, which cost a little less than $8. Looks like, at first glance, to be a fairly nice enclosure. It includes a bale type handle. It's a beige case. The hardware is shipped loose. It's pretty sturdy. It has metal inserts. It has male and female locating notches, which is pretty classy. Front and rear panel. The case assembly screws are machine screws. They're not self-tapping. This case measures 7.5 by 6 7/8 by 2 3/4. It has ventilation holes in the bottom. Frankly, this is the nicest case I have seen. It has that, as I say, a adjustable bale. I don't have it screwed together. Bale carrying handle. For less than $8, this is an excellent case. I'm very, very impressed. So in the hardware kit that comes with this enclosure, we have 4 machine screws that serve to hold the top and bottom together. We have 4 feet, and we have 4 little tiny self-tapping sheet metal screws. It appears as if the feet are held on by the same attaching devices that hold on the top of the case. I would say the 4 self-tapping screws are included to secure five self-tapping screws are included to secure whatever you might have to these little bosses. Now this case is recommended by Banggood for this power supply, and the power supply would fit in this case because the spacing of the mounting holes actually matches the spacing of the holes. Well, let's see if this is true or not. It does match pretty closely the mounting holes on the power supply circuit board. So, and I guess the correlation between the holes in the bottom of the board and the heat sink are fairly good. So that's an interesting little factoid. So I have to say this is one, if not the, nicest case, American made or otherwise, that I have come across. And for $8, this is a hell of a deal. So if you've watched this far, thank you. If you want to see more stuff like this, drop me a message. Suggestion will be welcome. And thank you.